And we're rolling. Good morning, Natalie.
Good morning.
What are we doing today?
We are going around to the different locations that are significant to our story, and we are going to share little tidbits of our story at each of those locations so that we can have this video for when we're old and gray and married and want to share or want to watch our story all over again of how we fell in love. Also, I think we're going to show it at our wedding, so that'll be pretty sweet.
Oh, snap! Let's do it!
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are currently at my family's house, and this is where mine and Danny's friendship grew and blossomed, and where we just kind of grew in community together. He got really close with my family, all of my friends got really close with him, and it was just really cool over a year span, him just kind of coming into our world and becoming a part of it. And on this couch was also where me and Danny first held hands, and that was really cute. I think I might have initiated it a little bit more than he did, but oh well, we're getting married, so who cares?
So here at the same Starbucks in Woodfield, we decided to shoot an anima video. It was Natalie's first and only anima video that we did, and I saw her speak at Family Life, and I was like, this girl's got some wisdom. I'll bet she would be great just sharing some of that wisdom on the anima series. So decided we'd make a video, and I got to sit down and I just got to look at her and kind of hear her share her heart and where her passion is and how she loves to pour into young women and call out the best in people, how she's an encourager and a people builder by nature. And the more she talked and just opened up her heart, I felt myself falling in love with her. And I was like, oh no, like that's okay, like this whole friendship thing we've been doing, like that might have to change soon. Yeah, that was definitely the first time that I think that's when the spark hit, was right here, through those eyes, looking at me right here, and yeah, this is probably when I started falling in love with you. Remember this? Yeah!
Okay, so it was out here that I felt a flutter in my stomach for the first time, thinking that I liked Danny. And we took a picture out here, and he put his arm around my waist, and he just gave it a little rub, and I was like, oh, and I melted.
And this was the first time filming and editing this video, I realized, I like this face. I think I could look at that for the rest of my life.
That's when it goes like that.
Yep. And it was also just this horrible out with all the wind and snow.
It was so bad.
Yep. And you were equally as much of a champ then as you are now. So here we are at Blackberry Market. This is where I asked Natalie out on our very first date. I had no idea that she was feeling any of the same things that I was feeling. So like 2 months into like us checking our hearts, I guess, after the anima video, I sat here and I looked at her and I said, hey, this might be a long time coming, or this might be completely out of the blue, but would you like to go on a date with me? To which she giggled and blushed and said yes. And then we went on our first date like a week or two later after Natalie got back from a trip, right around Valentine's Day. So yeah, but this is where it, I guess, officially began.
So the day after Danny and Danny asked me out, we had a work date scheduled with 2 of our best friends here at Conscious, and our friends knew, and it was really funny because we walked in and there was just like this excitement, but it was still awkward because we hadn't actually gone out on our first date yet. And I know, like, when Danny walked in, Roman and Stacy both looked at me and they're like, and I just like nervously laughed. And then when Danny walked in, Roman was like, yeah, dude, like, you got this. And it was just like a super fun work date, and really special because we hadn't actually gone out yet, but we knew that we liked each other by then, and we knew the anticipation that was to come, and it was great.
Right over there.
Those people are going to think that you're filming them.
It's because I am.
So we are at Raw, and it's an awesome sushi restaurant by my house, and we are actually here on our 1-year anniversary, but we had our very first date here exactly a year ago. It was just super cool here. It was really quiet, unlike tonight, but it was really quiet, and it took us a while to park because the snow was so bad, but we made it, and it was an awesome dinner here, and we both shared sushi, which we both love, and just got to talk and like each other more.
Well, here we are at DOC. This is dock, I don't know what you call it, but this is where we had, this was the evening of our first date. After we had gotten dinner over at Raw, we came here and just sat and stared across the table at each other for like several hours, and just continued to just explore the depths of each other's soul. And I just sat looking across the table at Natalie and decided I'm gonna fall in love with this girl. Pretty sure about it. And as she talked about all these different sides of herself and all the other different really awesome dudes that had been after her in the past, I was like, okay, if you said you know to all those guys, why am I here? And she went on to say a lot of very nice things about me, to call out the best in me, and just be so encouraging. And I just knew then, I'm like, I like this girl. I think we're gonna go on a lot more dates than this one. Well, this is the front entryway of the Barlow family home, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with if you're here now. And this is where Natalie and I had our first kiss. This is where we said hello and goodbye so many times, but there's one last time on, like, I think day number 3, came in saying goodbye, and we're like, we've said I love you every way except saying I actually love you, so it was like, that was covered, we're back inside. It's like, I think I'm gonna give you a little kiss if you're okay with that. And she was like, yeah, and gave a little smooch, and then a second little smooch, and then I was like, okay, bye! And then I ran off skipping and singing down the sidewalk. So, it was pretty great. Is it rolling?
Yeah.
So here we are at Calibre Coffee. A lot of things happen here. The most exciting, I think, is this is where I asked Natalie's dad to marry her. I said, yeah, I said a lot of things, way more than I needed to. I rambled a bit, but it ended with the question, not the question, it ended with the statement, I'd like to ask for your daughter's hand in marriage. To which he prayed with me, said a lot of very nice things, and gave a very confident yes. So that was exciting and a little terrifying. And then Stacy came over very quickly and we started planning the proposal, like right then. We also got coffee here. This is the last place we went to before I went and proposed over at Willow. So Natalie and I were both sitting here. I was just beaming and gushing at her and being all reminiscing. But she didn't know what was about to happen, but I did, and I could like barely string a sentence together. So it was right about here. Came in and everyone yelled, "Ah!" I didn't really say surprise because it wasn't a surprise, but we had just gotten proposed. We just had a lovely dinner at Cooper's Hawk, and we said, welcome home, and we had this beautiful party where Stacy and Alyssa and Vincent, Marianne, and my parents all threw this beautiful party, this awesome engagement party. Everybody was there, and we started to realize, like, okay, we're not just like engaged for the two of us, we're engaged now in community. This is everybody now calling us engaged. Our relationship has changed. Everything around us is now growing towards marriage. It's like, yes, now we're actually doing this with everybody, and I loved it. And I loved being next to Natalie. I guess we'll talk about it like that. I loved being next to Natalie and just holding her and saying, like, you are my fiance. And to say that in front of other people and for them to be excited and for you to flash the ring, it was great. I loved it.
We are preparing the property for our wedding right now. Today we are doing mulch and the facade is down. We're doing sand and gravel, and we are 32 days away from getting married, and it's getting really exciting.
I found a feather.
Hi, Stacy.
Look, I found a feather.
What's that, Dad?
Feather.
Oh.
Stacy knows how to mulch a yard. Lily's got it too. Oh yeah. What up, Johnny?
Dude, did you see the big tree I pulled up?
You're pulling trees out of the ground?
Oh yeah.
What a boss. Oh yeah. You still got it. What we got going on here?
Just mulching, dude.
Straight up mulching.
Just mulching.
Yeah.
Mulch life.
Yeah. What are we doing today, Joe?
I am serving you with all of my heart,
Yeah.
soul, and strength, sweat and tears.
Oh.
Haven't bled yet though.